is looking for a second date update with this woman named Catherine that he met recently. Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Tell us about Catherine. How'd you two meet? Start there.
Well, I met her online on one of the dating websites. I'm on a couple, but I can't remember if it was Match or Plenty of Fish, but it was definitely one of those.
All right.
Anyway, she was really nice. And, there's a lot of times I'm out on dates, and they're either quiet, they don't say much, they seem nervous, or they're just shy.
Right.
But Catherine wasn't like that. She was easy to talk to. We talked about a lot of different things, and it wasn't boring at all.
See, that's chemistry right there.
That's nice.
Because I sometimes feel like when they're quiet, that they're not necessarily shy. They're just not into you.
And you don't feel like pulling teeth.
Yeah, it's too much work. Like, why torture her anymore? Let's just call it a night. But that's cool. So you guys had definite chemistry.
Yes, and to speak to that point, I can't tell you how many women I've been out with who want to talk nonstop about, like, their cats or something. I hate cats.
Oh, well. Okay. So we know that's out. And so as far as we know, she doesn't have any cats, correct?
Yes, I didn't think that she had cats, and she wasn't talking about them.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway, I felt really good about our date. It was coffee, but it felt great. We were together for like an hour, and I told her I would call her, and she said that would be nice, and I was like stoked. That was great.
She said that would be nice, or you made that up in your head? I think she said that would be nice.
I feel like it was a direct quote. I mean, she might have said it with her eyes, but I felt it. And
all right.
So I've called her, left messages, but she's never picked up or returned any of my messages. I was hoping you could help me, put a bow on this or help me figure this out or something.
All right. So, good chemistry aside, there weren't any weird turns or awkward moments or anything that we need to know about going in, right?
No. I mean, we talked about a lot of different things, and none of it was boring or anything.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
I don't think so. Pretty straightforward there.
Then we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll get Catherine on the phone and see what she thought of Frank and her coffee date with him coming up next with Jeff and Jenn here at Cincinnati's Q102. Okay, so Frank went out with this woman named Catherine that he met. He's not sure what dating site he met her on, but he's on a couple of those sites, and she stood out because she was just very cool, very relaxed, very fun, laid back, didn't seem nervous. He's been dating online for a little bit, and he just hasn't felt the kind of chemistry that he felt with Catherine. So he was bummed when she didn't return any of his calls. At the end, they went out, they had a coffee date. That went great. At the end of it, he said, I'll give you a call. And he's pretty sure she said that would be great. If she didn't say it with words, she said it with her eyes.
I love that. He can't quite remember. Unclear.
Were there any important parts of the story you think I missed, Frank? Anything that you want to stress or reiterate before we call her?
No, I mean, I just think that we talked about so many different things.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's so unusual to get to really talk about the world and things and about her life and about my life.
I agree. And at the end of that you covered a lot of ground in 1 hour. You felt like she was open to hearing from you again, getting together again, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that she's not returning my calls. I just...
Right. Okay. We're calling Catherine. We'll get to the bottom of this, Frank.
Hello.
Yes, Catherine.
Yes.
Very glad you picked up. This is Jeff, Jenn, Fritch, and Tim from the Jeff and Jenn Morning Show at Q102. How are you?
Jeff and Jenn.
That's us.
Yeah. Is it my turn for a second date update?
What makes you think it's this? Why do people just assume that when we call, it's a second date update?
Oh, I feel like a call from you has been inevitable. I go out to lunch or coffee a lot with men that I meet online, and I've had like quite the run lately.
Really? So what, you routinely blow off men and without any explanation? And you're surprised that you haven't heard from us sooner than now?
I haven't called back.
What now?
To be honest, there have been a few guys that I haven't called back. I mean, who's calling you today?
This is the case of Frank, who I see, I can't even, because you've been with so many, had coffee with so many guys.
She's dating.
That's what dating is these days.
Exactly. You just go out.
I'm not judging.
I don't know. You had a bit of a tone.
You did have a tone.
Sweet, sweet Frank.
Sweet Frank.
I'm not sure what the deal is with Frank.
Why do you say that?
Well, either he has hearing loss or he just doesn't pay very much attention to what people say. I'm going to make it super clear for you guys because we started off with you guys thinking I'm a serial dater and all these things. And yes, I am dating. But to be fair, I'm going to tell you what happened on just this one particular date with Frank.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
My full name is Catherine, and I told him that everyone calls me Kathy. He kept calling me Catherine.
Oh.
Okay, I can sort of be cool with that.
Right.
He asked me what kind of coffee I was going to get, and I told him a cappuccino. And then he asked me how my mocha was.
Oh. Okay.
He asked where I went to school. I told him UC. And then he started asking me all these questions about my time at Xavier.
Was it Jeff that you went out with?
I think, wait a minute.
It might have been.
I was like, maybe he's not a details person.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, stuff like I told him I was an only child. 3 minutes later, he asked me how many brothers and sisters I had.
Oh, love his heart.
I mean, it was funny to the point where I started giving him wrong answers on purpose just to see if he thought it was strange. Like I told him my favorite restaurant was the Dots kiosk at the zoo, and he had zero reaction to that.
The
No
what?
reaction.
Like the Dippin' Dots?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Dippin' Dots. And then at the end of our date, when he said he would call me, I told him it was very nice to meet him, but I didn't see anything ever happening between us.
Oh.
He said you said something to the effect of that'd be great or that'd be nice.
Yeah, no, that's not how it went.
No.
Wow. That's an adventure there.
Frank.
We had a good time. You know, for instance, when she told me about her marketing job, I was super interested in that, and I had really good questions for her about it.
Oh, my goodness, Frank. I'm a nurse. I've always been a nurse. I've never done any marketing ever. And he wonders why he didn't get a second date.
Are you sure you were out with Kathy, Frank?
Yes. Did we call the right person?
Was it a different date, maybe?
I'm talking about my date with Catherine.
Yeah, okay. This
Kathy.
is not going anywhere. This is done.
Wow.
Frank, I am so sorry that this hasn't worked out. We're going to chalk this up to one giant misunderstanding on your part.
Miscommunication. Definitely.
It wasn't boring. I mean, it was really nice.
Oh.
No, it wasn't boring.
He needs to go out with Jen. I like him, though. Kidding you.
He's perfect for you.
I'd lose my ever love.
No. But you would be so entertained talking to him.
That is
Sure you
true.
would.
That
I'm
is true.
serious.
Think of what you could get away with in that relationship.
No, that's true too. You got to. What do you do for a living, Frank?
Well, I'm self-employed a lot, but I also do surveying.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I did do some court reporting one summer.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. I hope no one's in jail.
All right. Well, I'm sorry it didn't work out, Frank, but if we can ever help you out again, please don't hesitate to give us a call. And Kathy, we appreciate you indulging us and giving us an explanation as to what went down.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Okay. Go Bearcats.
Thank you.
That's my way of demonstrating that I was listening.
For once, yes, you were.
Nicely done.
Here's the thing. If a man is really into a woman, He hangs on every word. He pays attention. You'd be amazed at what a good listener a man can be if he's really into a woman.
You may be speaking for yourself here, Jeff.
I know. In this case, I may be.
I don't know if you can make a blanket statement about all men.
Right. All
Well,
right.
good luck, you guys, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.